So, hi everyone. In our last presentation, we covered clustering, explained what do you mean by clustering. So, if there is some similarities with respect to patterns, then we are going to group those data points into one group that will be a cluster. So, each group will contain data points which have some similarities. So, there were different clustering techniques. There were many applications with respect to clustering. Then later on, we saw different clustering techniques. Mainly, it was classified into top-down and bottom-up. Lastly, we saw how we can solve a given clustering problem with the help of K-means algorithm. So in this particular presentation, we are going to start with the last chapter of module 4, that is association rule mining. So this particular chapter can be related to our real world scenario. So it is one of the machine learning algorithm which is employed in many business applications. So you can use this machine learning algorithm in many business applications. So first of all, what do you mean by association rule mining? So your association rule mining is an unsupervised machine learning technique. So we already know majorly machine learning algorithm are classified into two types, supervised and unsupervised. In supervised, we will train our system, then later on we test with the test data. Whereas in unsupervised, there won't be any training, we will be testing directly. So basically, you are using your association rule mining to identify shopping patterns. Mainly, it is used in business purposes. So, what the customer is looking for. So, what will be the shopping pattern of a customer? So, this particular analysis is also called as market basket analysis. Suppose in Flipkart, you have bought a mobile phone. You have bought one plus mobile phone. So as soon as you purchase that OnePlus mobile phone, there will be there will be related products which will be shown to OnePlus, such as OnePlus screen guard, OnePlus back case, because there is some relation, there is some affinity between OnePlus mobile phone and OnePlus screen guard or OnePlus back case. So this association between that mobile phone and those cases, that is called as association rule mining. So it is also called as market basket analysis. So when you find the relationship between those items, between those variables, then you can maximize the profit in your business. So in this way, you can increase the sales. You can sell cross sell related items. It is a cross sell item. It is not a mobile you are selling again. You are selling the screen guard or back case of a mobile. So that is called as increasing the sales by identifying such shopping patterns. So mainly one important thing with respect to association rule mining is, if a particular scenario is happening, how many times the other scenario might happen. I will give a simple example. Suppose if you bought flight tickets and if you made an hotel reservation, then there is 60% probability that you might book a rental car. So there is some affinity between these two events. The first event is booking flight tickets and booking a hotel room. The second event is booking rental car. There is some affinity between first event and the second event. The probability of booking a rental car will be close to 60%. So when you're booking flights or when you're booking hotels, you can show the rental cars available for booking. In this way, you can maximize the profit of your business. So your association rule mining will mainly be used in business applications. So let us see some of the business applications where all we can use association rule mining. So you are basically identifying some patterns. So if this is bought, what else would be bought? So that pattern you are trying to identify. So for example, in sales or marketing, in sales, in e-commerce especially, I just gave an example. If you are buying that mobile phone, or if you search for 6 GB RAM mobile phones, it will list all the 6 GB RAM mobile phone. Along with that, it will give you some other options. So there is some filtering available. So this all things will help in association rule mining. So what all you can do, suppose there will be some non-selling items in your market. For example, in more, there will be some non-selling items. So in order to sell those non-sell items, we can bundle that item with the selling item. So instead of selling the item like single item, I will sell those items in a bundle. So once I create a bundle and if I reduce the price to some extent, then the probability of people going for that bundle will be more than compared to buying a single entity, single product. So this is how you can identify those patterns. So this is very much important when you're running a business, especially when you're running e-mart or when you're running any stores, more or big bazaar like kind of stores, supermarket kind of stores. There, your business association rule mining plays a major role. So, and also in retail environment, for example, if you go for a supermarket, you can use association rule mining in two ways. The first way is, suppose if you're buying bread, I can keep jam next to the bread. That is one type of association. Otherwise, I can keep jam far away from the bread. So when I'm keeping jam far away from the bread, the customer has to walk that particular distance. While he is walking, he might buy some other items. So this is one of the technique to increase the sales of a business. So in various application, even in your medicine field also, you can use association rule mining. Mainly doctors give treatment based on symptoms. So if this is the list of symptoms, then this will be the treatment. So there is some association between symptoms and treatment. So in every aspect, we can make use of this machine learning algorithm that is called as association rule mining, but it is mainly used in business application, especially in supermarket and e-commerce like Flipkart, Amazon, etc. So how we can represent association rules? That means we, I'm telling that there is some association between two products. There is some affinity between two products. So how we can express in equation form? So for that to happen, we are having a concept called as association rule. So generic association rule is represented between a set X and Y. As you can see, when you are representing an association rule, you should make use of support and confidence. So support, what do you mean by support? How often X and Y go together in the data set? Suppose if there is a data set given, how often X and Y are appearing together? That is called a support. When we take an example, you will get a clear understanding. Confidence means how often Y is found given X. That means how often Y is found. So if X is happening, how often Y will also happen? That is called as confidence. So remember the definition for now. When we go through the example, you will get clear picture. So what is support? How often X, Y and Y are together? What is confidence? How often Y is found when X is happening? So as you can see here, this is my X and this is my Y. So hotel booking, flight booking and rental car. So it is showing support is 30% and confidence is 60%. Let us understand support and confidence through this example. There are 100 transactions in a data set. There are 300 occurrences of X and 150 occurrences of X and Y together. So what is support? Both X and Y appearing together. So X and Y are appearing together in 150 occurrences out of 1000. So my support will be 150 divided by 1000, that is 15%. So what will be my confidence? How often Y is appearing when X has occurred? X has occurred in 300 occurrences, but Y is occurring with X only in 150 occurrences. So my confidence will be 150 divided by 300, that is 50%. So this is how you can calculate support and confidence. Support means X and Y both happening together. Confidence means how often Y will occur when X is happening. So there are different algorithms available in order to represent your association rule. So whenever you are framing association rule, those association rules should be interesting. That means it should help the business. It should be useful. So they should be frequently occurring. They should be strong enough. So you cannot consider weak association rules. Your association rule should be frequently occurring. It should be strong enough. And also we will define a minimum support and confidence level. So whenever you are framing an association rule, it should satisfy the minimum support and confidence level. So all the algorithms you are going to use will employ same technique. It should satisfy the minimum support and minimum confidence level. So if there are a transaction data set given, so if there are many transactions given, a minimum support and minimum confidence, the set of associations existing uniquely determined. That means you will predeterminedly set that minimum support and confidence. So when you frame the total association rule, it should satisfy the minimum support and confidence. Some of the widely used association rule algorithms are a priori algorithm, ECLAT, FP growth. You can also use the hybrid of all these three algorithms. So in our chapter, we are going to discuss about a priori algorithm. So once we understand this particular algorithm, then we will be solving a association rule exercise, and that will be very much important from your exam point of view. And also it is very much interesting, very much easier to understand. So this is one of the popular algorithm, a priori algorithm for association rule mining. So what we are going to do, Andre, we will be finding subsets that are common to at least a minimum number of items. That means there will be some item sets. So there will be some different item set that will be predefined. Then I will create subsets from those item sets. So those item sets should be present in all those items. Those subset should be present in all those item set. As you can see here, the objective is to find subset that are common to at least minimum number of item set. So I think you got my point. ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಗಳು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಅಕರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ರೂಲ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಐಟಮ್ ನ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಸ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ರಿಯೋರಿ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನನಗೆ ABCD ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಿಗುವಂತ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ದೋಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ABC, ABD, BCD, CB, DC ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ those are derived from this frequent item set. So all the subsets from this frequent item set will also be a frequent item set. So main ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, there will be many item sets in your transactions. From those many item set, you will identify the frequent item set. How you will identify frequent item set? It should satisfy the minimum support and confidence level. Once it satisfies the minimum support and confidence level, all the subsets from your frequent item set will also be a frequent item set. That you need to remember. So ಇದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಒನ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಅಪಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2 ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಈ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 3 ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್. So first we will identify the 1 item set, frequent 1 item set, 2 item set, frequent 2 item set, 3 item set, frequent 3 item set. So what all I just explained, that we are going to understand with this particular association rule problem. So this is the transaction list that has been given. Idu nandu transaction list. Totally there are 12 transactions. So using this transaction list, I need to frame association rules. So before framing association rules, first I need to identify item set. Later on, I need to identify frequent item set. That how we are going to do. Let us discuss how that will happen. So before that, let's go through this. Shows a dozen, shows a dozen means 12 transactions are there. There are 6 products. As you can see, milk, bread, butter, eggs, cookies, and ketchup. Transaction 1 as milk, egg, bread and butter. Transaction 2 as milk, butter, egg and ketchup. The objective is to use this transaction data to find affinities between these products. That means which products will sell together often. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅಫಿನಿಟಿನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಈಗ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಎಗ್ನ ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ನ ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬಟರ್ನ ತಕೊಂಡೇ ತಗೋತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಬಟರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಟರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೈ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನ ಕಂಡಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೀ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. The support level is 33% and the confidence level is 50%. So now we shall start. So that means we will be considering only those association rules where X and Y are appearing together 33% of the times, and also whenever X is appearing, Y is appearing for 50% of the times. So ಇದು ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಿರೋದು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this is my transaction list. My support is 30%. My confidence is, so support is 33%. My confidence is 50%. Now I need to identify item set, 1 item set, frequent 1 item set, other 2 item set, frequent 2 item set, 3 item set, frequent 3 item set. From that frequent 3 item set, I will I will frame the association rules. First step is to compute the 1 item set. How often does any product sells individually? ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ as you can see 9. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, 10 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ 6 ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ and how many times they are appearing. So ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Thus milk sells 9 out of 12 transactions. Totally how many transactions we are having? 12 transactions. In those 12 transactions, milk is selling 9 times. So bread sells in 10 out of 12 transactions. Now I need to find out the support. What is my minimum support? 33%. So 33% andre, so minimum 4 times, since there are 12 transactions, there are how many transactions? 12 transactions. So in order to get 33%, minimum 4 times adru appear agirbeku. So at every point there is an opportunity to select items of interest, and this other items can occur infrequently, may be removed. If items set that occur 4 or more times out of the 12 are selected. Why? Because 4 divided by 12 andre, that will be 33%. So 33.33 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, we will consider 33%. So minimum 4 times appear agidre out of 12 transaction, it satisfies a support of 33%. So in this we are having only 5 products like that: milk, bread, butter and cookies. So 9 divided by 12 andre more than 33, 10 divided by 12 andre more than 33%, 10 divided by 12 andre more than 33, 3 divided by 12 andre it is 25%. Satisfy agilla. 3 divided by 12 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 25% satisfy agilla. Minimum support level ಇದು 33% ಇರಬೇಕು. So from this I got only 4 frequent 1 item set. This is my 1 item set. This is my frequent one item set which satisfies the minimum support of 33%. Minimum support in 33% ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ satisfy ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Now we will go to the next level, that is to select two item set. So from this we need to select a two item set. Now this is your transaction table actually. So ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. as you can see milk bread, milk butter, milk cookies. ಸೊ ಮೂರು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಐತಲ್ವಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಬಟರ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಕುಕೀಸ್, ಬಟರ್ ಕುಕೀಸ್, ಮೂರು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಮೈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೇಬಲ್. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. as you can see milk bread one time, milk bread ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, milk bread 2 times, milk bread 3 times, milk bread 4 times, milk bread 5 times, milk bread 6 times, milk bread 7 times. That means out of 12 transactions, milk and bread appearing together in 7 transactions. So my frequency would be 7. As you can see, my frequency would be 7. Similarly, you need to find out different transactions. Let's look for milk and butter. So I will look for bread and cookies. Bread cookie ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಅಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡು. ಸೊ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಕುಕೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಕುಕೀಸ್ ಎರಡೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇದೆ, there is no cookies. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇದೆ, there is no cookies. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ and cookies 1 time. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ and cookies 2 time. ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಬ್ರೆಡ್ and cookies 3 times. Bread and cookies 4 times. So bread and cookies are appearing together 4 times out of 12 transactions. So as you can see, bread and cookies I am having 4 times. Similarly, you can find how many times these are appearing in your main transaction table out of 12 transactions. As you can see, now this is my 2 item set. From this I need to get the frequent 2 item set. How we can get the frequent 2 item set? It should satisfy minimum support level of 33%. So as I had already told, it should appear minimum 4 times. So 4 divided by 12 will give me 33%. So from this I can neglect this 2, milk cookies and butter cookies, because it gives me only support of 25%. So remaining combination ಏನಿದೆ, that will be my frequent 2 items. As you can see, milk bread, milk butter, bread butter, bread cookies. So this is my frequent 2 item set which satisfied the minimum support level of 33%. So next step is to list frequent 3 item set. So for that, from this I will get the 3 item set. As you can see, so totally iradu milk, bread, butter, cookies. So my first combination will be milk, bread and butter. Second combination will be milk, bread and cookies. Third combination will be bread, butter and cookies. So ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ತಗೋ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದೇ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್, ಬ್ರೆಡ್, ಬಟರ್, ಕುಕೀಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ 3 combinations. So milk, bread, butter, milk, bread, cookies, bread, butter, cookies. So it covered all the 3 combinations. So again I need to go to the main transaction table. How many times milk, bread and butter are appearing together? So if I go to the main table, milk, bread, butter 1 time. Milk, there is no bread. No, there is no milk. Milk, bread, butter 2 times. Milk, bread, butter 3 times. Milk, bread, butter 4 times. Milk, bread, butter 5 times. Milk, bread, butter 6 times. So totally milk, bread, butter is appearing 6 times out of 12 transactions. As you can see, it is appearing 6 times out of 12 transactions. Similarly, you need to find out the occurrence of these 2 combinations. So as you can see, this is my 3 item set. From this I will select the frequent 3 item set. So 1 divided by 12 less than 33%, 3 divided by 12 25%, less than 33. So I will neglect this 2 combination, and the only combination which satisfies the support level of 33% is this milk, bread and butter. So this is my final frequent 3 item set. So there is no room to create 4 items there because there are only 3 items. So no, we will stop at this particular level. So from this milk, bread and butter, now I need to create association rules. So while creating association rules, I will consider confidence. So far we were considering only the support level which was 33%. Now to create association rules, I will consider confidence. the confidence should be 50%. Only if that 50% confidence is satisfied, then that will be made as an association rule. So let's see which all combinations will cover that particular confidence level of 50%. So support is should be greater than 33, confidence should be greater than 50. So milk, bread, butter, it is appearing 6 times. So my first combination that I am making is bread, butter, milk. So that means if a customer is buying bread and butter, how many times he might buy milk? So that I need to consider. So if this rule satisfies my confidence level of 50%, then I can say this can be made as an association rule. So how we can decide that? As I had already explained, this is x and this is y. How many times y is appearing when x and y is x is appearing? So how many times bread and butter is appearing? ಸೊ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಬಟರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಟರ್ ಅಕರ್ಸ್ 9 times. So as you can see, let's go to the transaction table. Bread butter 1 time, bread butter 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. Bread and butter is appearing 9 times. Whereas the RHS side, the RHS is Y. What is my RHS here? My RHS is milk. So bread, butter and milk. So that is appearing how many times? That I need to look now. So if bread, butter is appearing, so in how many times bread, butter, milk are together appearing? That is 6 times. Let us check that also. Bread, butter and milk. So bread, butter, milk 1 time. Bread, butter, milk 2 times. Bread, butter, milk 3 times. Bread, butter, milk 4 times. Bread, butter, milk 5 times. Bread, butter, milk 6 times. So bread, butter, milk are appearing 6 times, whereas bread and butter are appearing 9 times. So my confidence would be 6 divided by 9. So my confidence would be 6 divided by 9. That will be 67%. So and also the support level. So for this, the support level is x. So x is x 6 level, support level will be 6 divided by 12. How it will be 6 divided? As you can see, milk, bread and butter are appearing 6 times. So there are 12 transactions. So it will be 6 divided by 12, that is 50%. Support level is 50%, whereas my confidence is 6 divided by 9. Bread, butter and milk are appearing 6 times. Bread and butter are appearing 9 times. So 6 divided by 9, that is 67%. So both the criteria is satisfied with support of 50% and confidence of 67%. So this can be made as a association rule. So we can actually say that there is 67% probability that whenever bread and butter is bought, milk will also be brought. So this is the first rule we made from this particular frequent 3 items. The second rule we can make is milk, bread, butter. So first one we made was bread, butter, milk. So in this case also, first you need to find how many times milk, bread is appearing. It is appearing 7 times. How many times milk, bread, butter and appearing? That is appearing 6 times. That we already found out. Together they are appearing 6 times. So here support will be same, that is 50. Confidence will be 6 divided by 7, that is 86%. So this association rule is giving me higher confidence than the previous association rule. So that means whenever milk and bread is bought, there is 86% probability that butter will also be brought. So this is my second association rule. All the association rule which satisfies this minimum support and confidence level, that is 33% and 50%, they will be considered as association rule. So thus the second association rule is this one. This one was the first association rule with this support and this confidence. This is the second association rule with this support and this confidence. The last rule is milk, butter, bread. Out of 12 transactions, milk, butter is occurs 7 times. So here also the confidence will be 86%. So we got 3 association rules which all satisfied the minimum support and confidence level. So thus we found that we can form 3 possible rules out of the 3 item set. Similarly, you can form an association rule with the 3 item set. Sorry, 2 item set. So this is for 3 item set, we framed association rule. Even for 2 item set also, you can frame the association rule. Like you say milk bread. So always you need to frame the association rules from frequent item sets. So this is a frequent 2 item set, milk bread. So out of 12 transaction, milk occurs 9 times, milk bread occurs 7 times. So as you can see, milk bread is occurring 7 times. So 7 divided by 12 is 58% support, whereas confidence will be 7 divided by 9, that will be 78%. So this can also be made as an association rule if you are looking for 2 item sets. So whenever milk is brought, there is 78% probability that bread can also be brought. You can frame still such association rules. So in your exams, if you can write this much, that is more than enough. So what all we did here, first we looked through our transaction table, then we wrote the occurrences of each product, then this is 1 item set. From this we found out the frequent 1 item set. Or how you can find out frequent 1 item set? It should satisfy a support level of 25%. So it should be 4 or more than 4. So next, from this we've formed a different combination, then we found the occurrences. This is 2 item set. From this we formed the frequent 2 item set. All this satisfies minimum support of 33%. Then later on we formed the 3 item set. From this we formed the frequent 3 item set. Only this satisfies support level of 33%. Rest 2 does not satisfy. From this we created different association rule. Then we checked whether the framed association rule satisfied the support and confidence level. So all the 3 framed association rule satisfies the support and confidence level. So this is very much important. This particular exercise is very much important from your exam point of view. So this completes your association rule mining, and also this completes your module 4. So mainly your association rule mining is used in order to find affinities between 2 products. It is mainly used in supermarkets as well as in e-commerce application. So for that to happen, so you need to find frequent item set. From that you need to find the frame association rules. If that association rule is satisfying minimum support and confidence level, that can be implemented in your business to get maximum profits. So just go through the entire presentation I just covered. So if you are having any doubts with respect to the presentation covered, you can ping me the doubts. Just make sure you watch all the presentation session posted and make a gist of notes. I will also post you the notes once module 4 got completed actually. So in the next few days, I'll be posting the notes in Google Classroom. Thank you.